Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jason.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello,
Sorry I'm late.
Jason.
It's
it's
fine.
okay.
Nice to meet everyone. How's it going? How's everyone doing?
Half of the team is in Korea and half is in Malaysia, so we are all scattered around the globe.
Oh, yeah. Love it. One second. Yeah, sorry. I was just running in and out of the house last minute. So sorry for showing up late. But this is really cool. It's really good to see all of you. Um, I'm if you guys don't know, I'm Jason. I'm head of operations for StarkNet House. And so in the planning of all of the the sort of logistical matters and all the different moving parts for uh, StarkNet House, it's been a crazy ride, trying to make sure that all the moving parts fit in together. But I'm really glad to see all of you guys are interested in moving forward with the hackathon. So forgive me, but I just need to ask before I begin diving into sort of like the details of it. You guys, all of you guys here in this call are planning to team up with one another. Is that correct?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And how many teams are we looking at roughly?
One.
One large team. Wonderful.
I know there are 7 of us, but 6 of us will be like official hacking. I won't be. I will be like guiding from the sideline.
Yeah, that's fine with us for sure.
One team of 6. Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, that's awesome. I love it. Cool. Then what I'll do is I'll just do a really sort of quick, brief run through of all the sort of important details. And then if you guys have any other questions, that's what I want the rest of this call to sort of take the time for, so that we can dive deep into those questions. And if I can't answer anything, for any reason, I will get back to you guys with the proper answers. You guys can just message me on Discord and then we can figure it out from there. Sound good?
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Right away, before I forget this, ask this quick question. We haven't figured out our track yet, so is it okay for us to submit a form by selecting some other track that's not related to what we're actually doing?
Yeah, absolutely. That's totally fine.
Right.
Perfect. Sweet. So just really quick, for StarkNet House, you guys all know where the website is, right?
Yep.
Perfect. And if you guys go to the subpage for the hackathon, all of the sort of details are there in detail. But really quick, the hackathon, it's supposed to be the culmination of StarkNet House, our 11-week program, where everybody who wants to take part and compete for the cash prize can do so. And it's going to be 5 days long, exactly 5 days, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time on the 11th. So that's Thursday. Technically, that would be very early morning Friday for those of you in Malaysia. And then it will go through all the way through to the 15th, which is a Monday in the US, 6 p.m. Eastern time, Monday, August 15th. So that'll be a Tuesday early morning finish for everybody. And then after that, what will happen is pretty much immediately, we will be giving our judges, our 12 judges, what is exactly 1 week to evaluate all of the projects who are taking part in the hackathon, give them scores, and then go through the judging process that way. Cool. Any questions so far? Awesome. What I'll do, since we're talking about this, is just go through the judging procedure a little bit more in detail, because I think that having just in the back of your mind before you start building is going to be really key. There are 5 criteria that we are going to be grading all of the projects on. And so that's going to be leveraging StarkNet's technologies, right? So that means ZK rollups, Starks, all of that good stuff that I genuinely don't understand, to be honest. I don't have coding experience. All that stuff, that's going to be 25% of the grade. Originality of the project, 20%. Demo, so whatever you provide as sort of your working example of your project, that will account for 20% of the score. We listed this next one as gut feeling on impact or potential. So that essentially is, will the judges, do they feel like this, if it were brought to the public, put into the market, would it have a very meaningful impact? Would it really change the industry in some form or fashion? And I think that one's really just going to be sort of subjective to the judges. So I think delivering your project and communicating the outcome of it to that effect is going to be very, very crucial. And that's 20% of the grade. And then the last one is quality of your code and your documentation. That's 15%. So if you do have further questions about how exactly they're going to try to break down each of these categories of grading, I can look into that, but I don't have that information on hand at the moment. Awesome. And then the way the criteria is going to be, or the way the teams are going to be judged. So far we have 30 plus teams signed up. And just so you guys know, a lot of them are individual developers who are hoping to sort of build something on their own. And we have a couple of other teams as well. But because there are so many different projects, what we're going to be doing is dividing our 12 judges into pairs. So there will be a total of 6 groups. And however many projects or teams we have by the end of registration today, what we'll do is we'll divide those number of teams as evenly as possible among the 6 pairs of judges. So each pair of judge will handle more or less, let's say like five or six projects and grade each of them together. And then what they will do is each put forth one team to move on to phase 2 of judging. So once phase 1 is complete, all of the sort of finalists from each pair of judges, those are the teams that will all make it to phase 2, where all of the judges together will individually grade every single finalist project, if that makes sense. So what that means is, let's say there's maybe 6 to 10 projects left in phase 2. Every single judge will provide their individual scoring for those projects, and then the top 3 will be the winners. Clear enough? Awesome, lovely. Perfect. So that's judging. The prizes, as you guys know, first place will be an $8,000 cash prize, second place $5,000, and then third place $3,000. Just want to make sure I got covered that before moving on. And then the topics. So this is where I wanted to sort of pick your guys' brain as well, because you guys mentioned you guys aren't entirely sure about which track you're going to take yet. Is that correct? Awesome. Let's see. What tracks are you guys leaning towards so far?
Anyone has any idea? Because we haven't talked about this officially yet, to be honest.
Is the hackathon, by the way? 7 days?
5 days.
5 days?
Yeah.
Maybe DeFi. We're more into DeFi, I think.
Boring DeFi? Okay.
Sorry, because I'm not very familiar with all the available tracks. So,
Yeah.
Can you just give us some examples of what kind of tracks we have here?
Yeah, we have 4 tracks, and unfortunately I can't give you any sort of examples of projects so far, because I haven't seen actually, for example, like in our registration form, there aren't any specific fields you have to fill out, like what exactly you're going to build, because we understand that a lot of things might change over the course of the hackathon. But there are 4 tracks that we would like all the projects to follow. And these are actually pretty general. So hopefully, if you guys have any ideas, you can probably fit into one of these 4 tracks. So first is track 1. These are called minimal interactable StarkNet native applications. And so what we want to see here are applications that are StarkNet native, whose mechanics are different from what has already been established on like Ethereum and other L1 blockchains. So essentially demonstrating essentially building a D app that will leverage the sort of computing capacity, all the scalability that StarkNet is able to handle, some sort of application that can demonstrate its effectiveness at leveraging those powers of StarkNet would be something that can fit here. So that can be something in DeFi, that can be something in gaming. It can really take whatever track you want, just as long as the application itself by nature, it has merit because it leverages those StarkNet specific benefits. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Perfect. And again, just so you guys know, I am not a developer. So my explanations of these might be pretty general and basic, but I hopefully can give you guys some insight. Track 2, we thought about incorporating some of the APIs and some of the softwares of our partners. So specifically, we have Aspect NFT API as well as Brick. Both of these are NFT sort of composability softwares. Each of them sort of bringing a new sort of twist to combining different NFT components together. And I think that this one is a project where you just sort of use that sort of API, that software, and leverage it in a new way. To be completely honest, we haven't gotten a single registrant yet for track 2. We've seen a lot of registrants for all the other tracks, but this is the one that hasn't seen as many. But it definitely seems like an interesting one because, as you guys know, Brick and Aspect were both partners and speakers for StarkNet House so far. And they've got some pretty interesting softwares and really smart co-founders. So that's a fun one. Track 3, we call these moonshot StarkNet native ideas. This one's really cool. These are basically sort of like your extra futuristic, really creative types of projects. I'll just read you what we have written here. These are ideas that have strong originality, leverage StarkNet's strengths, and are proven in their simplest but concrete forms. One example would be prototyping AI agents that can provide certain utility in adaptive ways or interact among themselves in certain game environments. So these are sort of like your textbook futuristic StarkNet focused projects. And then the last one is StarkNet deployable libraries. So this one has a greater focus on Cairo as a programming language. As of now, Cairo seems to be a very sort of basic coding language, and it still has a lot to grow and a lot to develop at the moment. But developing libraries to build upon Cairo as a foundation is sort of what we're looking for here. So let's see. The ecosystem would benefit greatly from libraries built for various domains, numerical computing, data structures, and methods for manipulation, statistics, optimizers, and so forth. So there's a lot of different sort of tools that I think Cairo could benefit from, and that's what we would be looking for here for track 4. And those are our 4 tracks at the moment. So I know that's a lot of information, but does that help at all to sort of clear up what you guys think you guys might build?
Yeah, very helpful. Thank
Yeah,
you,
very helpful.
Jason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm glad to hear that. Perfect. And of course, I want to make it clear that throughout this hackathon, after you guys register, you guys will retain like your permissions within Discord to access hackathon specific channels. And so you guys will you need to communicate amongst each other, but you guys will also be able to reach out to some of our mentors and partners if you guys are ever stuck on some specific things when you're building your projects. So you guys will have the opportunity to communicate and receive help and ideate with some pros in the field. So hopefully that can be helpful to you guys as well. Awesome. Let's see. Beyond that, I don't think there's anything else at the moment that I'm missing for the details of the hackathon. As I mentioned, it's going to be 5 days exactly, and we will need your submission right at 6 p.m. Eastern time on August 15th for it to be counted, for it to be eligible to win the prize. But between that time, like you guys are all pretty much free to collaborate and work however you like to make your projects come true. And I think that's sort of the exciting part. I've never myself been a part of a hackathon, nor have I organized one actually. So it's really cool to see you guys all get together and sort of like make something out of it. So sweet. Any questions?
Have any questions?
I don't have any, but I think if you have any, you can always reach out to you on Telegram or Discord. Is that right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
100%. I will do my best to answer all questions, and if I can't, I'll let you know that I can't.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have a just very short question. The prices are for each track, or
Can you say that one more time?
the prices are for each track, or for all the tracks together?
So all tracks together. All tracks will be judged according to the same criteria, regardless of what you select.
Okay. Thank you.
100%. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I missed. What we are going to be doing as well, just so you guys know, on Thursday, because of time zone, it may be an issue, but if any of you guys happen to be awake at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, which is like, I feel like that's like 3 or 4 in the morning or something like that, we are hosting an introductory Zoom call for all of the contestants. We're gonna have just Kuno go over the details of the hackathon once more, and also just a little teaser, like a nice little cute message and video from Eli from Starkware. So in case you guys want to tune in for that, we'll have that Zoom call as well, and of course we'll record it too.
Cool.
I think that's all from my end. Thank you so much, Jason. I don't know if everyone else has any questions.
I think one question for me is, for the track, are we only eligible to choose one at a time, or is it like you can select multiple tracks in this case?
So at the end, upon submission, your project should follow only one out of the 4 tracks. However, we're not against you guys switching tracks throughout the middle of the hackathon if you feel that you guys have hit such a big roadblock that you guys can't move forward on one of the others. All that we ask is when you do fill out the Google registration form for your team, that you indicate what track you guys plan to go down. And then, of course, if you guys do end up changing that, that's totally fine.
Sure. Thank you. I think that's all. Yep.
That's all for me.
Sweet. If you guys do need anything, you guys have me on Telegram now. But if you guys also just want to hop on a call, message me on Discord, because pretty much everything else that we're doing for StarkNet House has been on Discord so far. And I'm more likely to sort of respond to the messages there, because Telegram can be a little iffy sometimes. But yeah, if you need me, don't be afraid to reach out. And I encourage you guys, if you guys want to, like, obviously stay in this Zoom call to talk and figure out your project first. Please do so.
Cool. Do you guys want to like figure things out? We kind of like got to leave. Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. Okay. We over here we gotta leave because we're at the hacker house. They're closing.
Yeah.
So we are leaving. I will see you guys sometime. Bye.
Goodbye.
Sounds good. Good to see you.
Bye bye. See you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.